What up, y'all? Justin Gay, Seeds of Xanxadu. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, heading out to the farmer's market. Had a couple people asking about a couple different things when it comes to what it is that I do at the farmer's market. So I figured I'm gonna show you. What I'm doing right now is loading just the stuff that we already harvested yesterday, like our salad mixes and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that into the van, and then I will head out to the market, and hopefully I can answer your guys' questions along the way. Let's do this here. So at this time, we actually run 4 different farmers markets. We run 2 of them on the same day, Saturday as well as Sunday. But right now, the way it's been going has been actually pretty cool. I've kind of been able to give myself a Saturday off, at least every other Saturday as of right now, and that's been really cool. But for the most part, I have a couple people that help me out around here. Right now, we are actually headed to my first farmer's market, one of the earlier farmer's markets that I started doing back in the day. Anyway, what I do is just drop off the gear, drop off everything that they need, all the product, and then I head to my next farmer's market. So that's kind of how it works on both days. The van, I utilize the van mainly to drop off produce and farmers market supplies and that kind of stuff, you know. That's kind of what the van is for, and that makes it really nice for the people that are helping us out here to you know, not have to utilize their own personal vehicle and stuff like that. I mean, they do bring the gear back, but they don't bring back, at least hopefully they don't bring back much of the microgreen trays and whatnot. Catch up with y'all when we land. Another question is, how do we get our microgreen trays, or how do we stack our microgreen trays inside of this truck? Now, one thing is that I got really lucky when I purchased this truck that it came with these racks. These racks actually have it to where I can now put microgreens on top and then microgreens at the bottom. Microgreens at the bottom, of course, are the ones that don't grow as tall, right? So we keep all our pea up on top there, all the sunflower, right? Even the radish, they normally go on top. What we normally will put on the bottom are things like the broccoli as well as the cilantro. From there, we can actually stack other microgreens on top of them without running the risk of actually smashing the product, or just getting the bottoms on the tops of the other leaves. See what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't go beyond that point. That's pretty much how we get all of our microgreens from the plot to the farmer's market. Now I just gotta finish loading this thing up. Couldn't do the whole unload because it's kind of hard to do with one hand. Alrighty, we're all loaded up. Off to the next one. So we didn't really leave a lot today in Riverside. It's not really my strongest market, although it's a pretty good market. It's just not my strongest one. But what's cool is that we just had a lot of chefs actually hit us up for some extra stuff. Had a new chef that jumped on board. Now I can start generating enough and not pull away from the markets. Because typically what I'll do when a new chef comes on is pull from my slower markets. That was pretty loaded, eh? It'll be all right. We got a lot of cut stuff that's in here, so it'll still make its numbers on top of what we were able to do for the chef, so it's pretty tight. The overarching idea for this van is to eventually get it all just racked up and just to make it easier. In fact, the kind of racks that I want to do is get more of my rolling racks in a ramp, so then now all I have to do is just roll out a full rack. Also, another thing that I would like to do with those racks is basically grow each market's trays for the most part on that rack, so that I'm never touching it. I'm just rolling it into the van and then rolling it out of the van, and we're leaving it at that. We can carry all of the infrastructure of the farmers markets up on top of the roof of the van. So those are a couple things that I got in plan to get going, and we're working toward them. So it's actually pretty cool. But like I said before, man, we really lucked out with the way that this van is already kind of set up, in that we can actually just come out here and start working out of it as is. So that's really cool. Now it's just to make it a little bit easier, although it's not hard at all now. Catch up with you in a second. Powerful Cerritos market. We got it all set up. Now it's time for me to handle my #1 priority. Priority #1 made. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Here we go. I don't do a lot in the way of signage. I just do a couple chalkboards like this. And of course, give the names. Now I find that doing that actually helps generate sales as well, because a lot of people are like, dude, that's what that is? That's not broccoli, or that's not sunflower. That just starts a conversation you can begin to teach. Often, like I said, it does generate sales, but then a lot of times too, it just gives you the ability to teach somebody what's actually going on out here, and what it is that you have, and what plants look like when they start. So that's a really cool thing. What I've always done since I've started was hand out a lot of samples. If you guys want to get a better look at that, you can go down there and check out my video, sample or not to sample. I think that's the name of it. It shows you a lot, pretty much the reason why I do sample and why that's kind of been my method of choice in terms of marketing. But as time's gone on, I have definitely seen the power of a sign. Well, damn, y'all. Salad greens are gone. Worked. Had one customer come and just wipe me out. Happens. And I gotta fill in that hole. You can see we've already sold out the salad mix. I try to fill in my holes. So this tray right here is already gone. So then what I normally do, we'll start grabbing trays from other places to fill in those holes. Now eventually what's gonna end up happening, it's kind of like what's going on now. So check, it's kind of hard for me to do with one hand, move stuff around. My goal here is to constantly give the appearance that everything is always full. I was saying in the last video, abundance, dude. People are attracted to abundance. So you want to make sure that your booth is always full, or appears to be full. So now that you have this table, it's pretty much empty. What I'll do is just go ahead and remove that table and just work out of an L.
How's it going?
Fantastic. One thing that a lot of people don't do or don't talk about that I think is kind of important, especially if you live in Southern California, is the size of your banner. Now, I kind of stumbled into that one. At first, it was just like this thing that I was like, my friend got it for me. And I was like, dude, it's way too big. But I'm glad that he actually got it, because what it does is now block the sun from all of my produce. So that's another thing too that you want to kind of keep in mind. Well, damn! My phone died in the middle of taping that last one. I got lucky. The powerful Wendi Phan came by.
Be juicing. I'm excited to try 100% Ashitaba juice for the very first time.
The booth today, and she was gracious enough to shoot the aftermath for us. So thank you so much, Wendi. If you guys want to check out her channel. So you really want to consolidate everything down to give the appearance of looking full still, even when you don't have that much. What we do is just start to remove pretty much tables. Also outside of putting up signage, the way that I'm starting to look at it now is people learn differently, right? You got people that are going to learn via being spoken to. You got people that are going to learn visually. You got people, of course, I think most people learn by doing, and then you got people that learn by reading. So that's the importance of signs. I am definitely seeing the difference in sales because I am putting up signs. But another thing to add to that, just your overall display. What does that look like? You know what I mean? My theme for my display is bringing my garden to you. That's kind of what I want all my tables to look like. We're bringing our garden to you. So there's always things that are alive. The things that are cut, they look really nice and they're positioned well in nice barrels, so it goes along with that theme. It's pretty much all I can think of right now, guys. So if you guys have any extra questions, go ahead and let me know. If I missed anything, I'll make sure to answer you guys. If not, just make a new video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. Man, I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm Justin Gay, y'all. See the Xanxadu. Peace. We driving.